Hi, this is Jennifer, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the marine aquarium trade and how it affects coral reefs. Now, coral reefs make up about 1% of the ocean, but they house around 25% of all marine species. They're highly complex ecosystems, and in some way, every single species depends on the existence of all the others. And these ecosystems are amazing to see. Scuba diving is more popular than ever, and the majority of divers choose to dive on reefs. Even though about 1 million new people start scuba diving every year, only about 1 to 2% of the U.S. population is a certified diver. So a lot of people instead choose to bring the reef into their home by way of an aquarium. Aquariums have been around for over 100 years, but it's just been within the last 30 or 40 years that their home popularity has really exploded. In the last decade or so, the prices of home setups have dropped drastically, allowing more people to enter the hobby. Advances in husbandry products and availability of more species has made keeping home marine aquariums easier and more appealing. The problem is this, though. Where are all those pretty fish coming from? The answer is the reefs. Harvesting practices range from gently scooping fish up with a hand net to stunning fish with cyanide or even dropping dynamite into the coral branches. This destruction is so common that it's estimated the living coral reefs will cease to exist in as little as 30 years. As many as 30 million animals comprising more than 1,800 species are harvested from coral reefs annually, and about 11 million of those are sold to consumers in the U.S. Several species are invertebrates such as anemones, starfish, slugs, snails, and crabs, and the rest are various species of fish. Of those, only around 200 species have been successfully bred in captivity. Many of those, though, are some of the most popular species and are easily recognizable, such as our yellow tangs, clownfish, and everyone's favorite, the seahorse. They can all easily be bred in aquaculture farms or even small home setups, but the vast majority of species have no breeding protocols for commercial level production. Aquaculturists are thus forced to develop new breeding techniques or adopt existing technologies for new species. For a long time, certain species, such as dory here, were considered impossible to breed, but a lot of breakthroughs have been made in the past decade or so, particularly in culturing copepods, which many marine ornamentals eat. This aquaculture is what's necessary to keeping the aquarium hobby alive. Well-meaning but ill-informed environmental groups look to ban the hobby altogether. Instead, as captive-bred animals are becoming readily available, bans on wild-caught imports need to be put in place. A few people are boldly pioneering ornamental marine aquaculture. Till Deuce, the founder and CEO of Bocas Mariculture in Panama, focuses on Caribbean fish and invertebrates while tackling environmental conservation and livelihood generation for local communities. Meanwhile, Wen Ping Su, founder and owner of Bali Aquarich, founded a hatchery for milkfish, grouper, and other food fish in Indonesia before diversifying into the production of the region's ornamental marine fish. Wenping is renowned for producing hybrid and pure-blood angelfish, plus a variety of extremely colorful customized clownfish. And in the U.S., Mary Akers is successfully breeding and rehoming hermit crabs since 2018. Buying trends unfortunately still show that the majority of hobbyists are going to buy the cheaper, wild-caught fish. But the market's rapidly changing. There's increasing interest from buyers who prefer sustainably produced fish. Wholesalers and retailers are increasingly pressured to meet the requirements of their customers, and they realize that there's a growing number of hobbyists who are conscious about the environment and who want to buy from a trustworthy and truly sustainable source. These breeders provide a label to certify that our animals are cultured instead of wild caught. It's also important to note that the cultured species are in general much healthier and hardier than wild caught fish from unknown sources, being better adapted to aquarium conditions and people. Customers acknowledge the environmental and economic advantage of sustainably grown fish and are willing to pay a small premium for them. So this is my challenge for you. Don't vote to ban the aquarium trade, but instead vote to regulate the trade of wild-caught animals. If you have an aquarium, or are planning on setting one up in the future, make the choice to source only aquacultured animals. Buy your fish from a reputable dealer, and demand that your pets are captive bred. Help keep Nemo on the reef.